Hello everyone, welcome to China Talk. As the US imposes sweeping tariffs all over the world, China chooses to build bridges. And recently, the Global Trade and Investment Promotion Summit 2025 was held in Beijing. And the summit provides a platform for global business to deepen their communication and exchanges with each other, with the aim to promote trade, investment, and make the global supply chain more secure and stable. And during the summit, we had interviews with participants from the business fields to share their views on the US tariffs' impact on global business and their expectations of the Chinese markets.
The American Chamber of Commerce, we believe that US and China should continue to trade with each other, and so we're looking forward to finding ways to cooperate. We continue to let folks in Washington, D.C. know that we would like to find a way to trade. Of course, US companies want to make sure they have access to as many customers in China as possible. US companies in general continue to see China as a positive market and look forward to continuing to trade with China. We continue to say we believe that US companies should be in China for a couple of reasons. One, because the China market will continue to grow. It's still a significant market. Number two, China continues to innovate. Autos are one of the places where China continues to innovate. And so, of course, we want our companies to be here to understand the innovation and hopefully to participate in the market as it grows. Well, I think there's plenty of areas where the US and China could cooperate. I mean, China continues to be a place with advanced manufacturing and with a strong supply base. The US continues to have strong agricultural sector, continues to export to China, and so each side needs each other. The US and China continue to need each other, and so it's in our best interest that the governments find a way to cooperate so our companies can continue to benefit and our consumers can continue to benefit. I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much will be done in 90 days, but at least there is the intent for the two sides to talk to each other, and that's positive. And so we are pleased to see the two sides have a mechanism to talk about this for the next 90 days. The American Chamber of Commerce in general is not in favor of tariffs, so the lower the better, but of course we understand that President Trump and his team wanted to raise some issues where they felt trade wasn't fair, and that's the reason for the tariff. So my hope is that we can make trade between the two tariffs as low as possible and trade as open as possible. But if that isn't the case, then of course both sides will retaliate.
America's behavior with the tariffs has caused a huge ripple effect to global and stable economies around the world. And that really hurt. If you look at investment, they're not making the large investment because business is not a 90-day pause. When we're businesses, we look to invest in 20, 30 years. So we need stability. So when it comes to the tariffs, it's not good for them, it's not good for us, it's not good for the whole global community. Well, I think the first thing is it's good that China and the US are talking, but it's not easy to have solutions. We have to really find out what's happening. I think that's going to take some time, so I don't think it's going to be an easy time ahead. I think a lot of people are going to say nice words about it, but the tariffs have caused some significant problems that the whole world is now having to deal with. I mean, at the end of the day, the economic landscape isn't one I would call stable, so no one is accelerating at a pace that they'd want. But when I go all around China, I see innovation. I see spirit in making things at high quality development. I see new productive forces. I see capability, not just in quality and speed, but I see it in creativity in the mind. Wherever China is strong, they will be attacked, and that's just the way it is. And that's not the way it should be. In the UK, we've got strong partners around the world. We've had to make a deal, a trade deal with America. But one thing I will say about that is you don't make deals with countries against other countries. So if something affects China, teaming up with the UK and America, it's not good. It shouldn't be done. We don't need to team up against China. We also don't need to team up against anybody else because that stops growth. And growth is where we all stand on. We hope for growth, and that's needed. So I think the UK, we're exploring the opportunities, but let's hope that we work one-on-one with China and come to a resolution, and hopefully the US and China do so too.
Things are changing every day, right? There's a tariff, there's no tariff, or there's a high tariff, there's a lower tariff, and our customers don't know what to do, where to buy their product. Although it's maybe targeting China, but it's the whole world that has a tariff. So from a consumer point of view or from a retailer's point of view, it's very hard to manage their supply chain. It's almost impossible. So it's really disruptive. But we of course hope that there will be a really strong negotiation between the Chinese and the U.S. party, and will reduce at least the 20% fentanyl tariffs can be taken away, so that there can be a relatively normal trade relationship between China and the U.S.
I think tariffs are counterproductive even for the U.S. So I don't believe they will survive the attack by the markets. As you saw today, the bond markets in the U.S. are down. So tariffs is not a good thing. Hopefully it will be overcome when leaders talk to each other, when companies talk to each other, when China invests more money abroad. I think everything will be better.